The Wolf Brothers with Living the Dream, and welcome back. It is the Country Viewpoint here on Flow FM. Well, I caught up with Alan Getley recently. He's the Mayor of Buloke in Victoria, and we're chatting about the in-principle decision made on aged care services. Got the Mayor to clarify what's going on right now, which is very important for many of our listeners. So we'll go now to the chat I had earlier on with the Mayor of Buloke.
Like many other Victorian councils, Buloke's reviewing the future of its service provision of aged care and disability services as the Commonwealth Government progressively implements reforms in the national aged care system. Home service provision has been an important part of the Buloke Shire operations for nearly 40 years. And a special meeting on Wednesday, February 15th, the Council have taken the in-principle decision to withdraw from the funded role as service provider. Council will receive a further decision on Wednesday, the 12th of April at 7 o'clock. The consultation period closes on the 17th of March, which allows for the collation and review of all the information prior to the April meeting. So the in-principle decision initiates the 4-week consultation period with affected staff, clients, communities and other stakeholders identified and all have been contacted and had the discussion going forward. So the national aged care reforms focuses on improved quality and safety and choice in aged care services and addresses the need to simplify the process for its clients, improve the standard of care and provide clients and carers alike with more choice and control. And as our demographics changes and our population is living longer, the demand is increasing the services, and it's essential to the demands of the great older people in our community that we move forward.
So are you able to provide any scope on what the alternative look is going to be at facilitating this need for services to exist in your jurisdiction?
Yes, what we understand is that the Commonwealth Home Support Program and the Victorian Government Home Community Care for People Program, they will appoint a interim provider, of which there are a number that work through there, who will work through with Buloke in the transition period, to transition from the council service to the private sector. Now, we don't know who that provider will be. That'll be, say, appointed by the federal government, the Commonwealth Government, and once that's done, then there'll be obviously consultation, and they'll have their own staff to meet and gradually transition the program out of the Shire's hands and into theirs.
So can you tell our listeners anything more? I'm sure there'll be a number of them listening who are slightly concerned with regards to just where they can look out for more information to come out of this in the coming days and weeks.
Yes, there's going to be a number of community consultations throughout the Shire, and they'll start on the 28th of February in Witchyproof, 1st of March in Charlton, 2nd of March in Birchip, 6th of March in Donald, 8th of March in Calgoa, and later in the day at 8th of March at Sea Lake. And they'll be well advertised, and like people with questions and all that can go to them, and we'll be able to get the information they require as we go forward. And it's our hope that the transition arrangements work the way they're supposed to under the government scheme.
All right, we'll get some other hard news out the way first, Mayor. The concerns with regards to Murray Valley encephalitis. Some real sad news coming out of Buloke with the first person who is believed to have contracted this disease recently dying. So what more can you tell us, and what other advice can you sort of float for people that might suddenly be starting to catch wind of this and have their concerns grow a little bit?
Yes, obviously we send our condolences to the family of the lady that passed away from Buloke. Murray Valley encephalitis is something that has been around for a long time. My understanding is this is actually the first death since 1972 in Victoria, so but I mean, we all need to follow the health department advice, cover up when we're around the water areas in the evening and mornings, wear repellent, and try and avoid being stung by mosquitoes. Obviously, we've had a very wet season through the spring, and that's been the increase in the water and that. But just follow the health department advice. There's plenty of it out there, and if you've got concerns, contact your local doctor.
Alan Getley, the Mayor of Buloke. We're going to be talking all things tourism in the area on the other side of this break. It's the Country Viewpoint. Stay tuned. Anthony Kalia with Heaven, and welcome back. It is the Country Viewpoint here on Flow FM on a Tuesday afternoon. and I have been speaking with the Mayor of Buloke, Alan Getley. There's plenty of events coming up in the next couple of months in the townships that the Mayor serves there in Victoria. So let's find out more about what there is to look forward to in the coming weeks and months.
The tennis tournaments that season through Buloke is a big one, and we have the Easter one in Witchyproof, and we've just had the Australia Day tennis tournament here in Charlton as well. So Donald's up next with their show. Again, they seem to bring a lot of people to the area to play tennis, and the flow-on effect from these type of events is just immeasurable in small rural areas like ours.
Now, I want to find out more about the Charlton Film Festival. Love my films. So what exactly goes down at the Charlton Film Festival?
Yes, we've got the Art Deco cinema there at the Rex in the centre of town, and Charlton Arts show a number of movies over the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can have supper and champagne and chicken and that sort of thing. On the day, both days, there's a meal break, and they pick a number of classic films to show in our good theatre here in Charlton. Again, it brings people in from all around the district and out of town who just like film buffs, who like to come and sit in an Art Deco cinema and watch these films, which is relatively new facilities there that have just been completed. So they're all there ready to go as well for this film festival.
Easter market's on in April, something else that I'm sure you're very much looking forward to, Mayor.
Yes, I will be. Yes, the Lions Easter market here in Charlton is very big. The number of stall holders are there at the St Joey's grounds every year. Get along early. Breakfast is there. Lions Club do a wonderful breakfast, and there are a number of well-supported stalls, and there's something for everybody to have a look at and purchase along the way.
Can I ask you just off the cuff, Mayor, I really take note of the fact that, one of the national conversations that we're having at the moment relates to cost of living. It's certainly no easier in small communities, but obviously people being able to rally behind one another in close-knit communities such as the ones that you serve as Mayor for is, something that's advantageous during these hard times. Do you get many people coming to you and, raising the issue that cost of living is just becoming more and more astronomical?
Oh, well, obviously, through discussions you have and with people in the street and around, it's obviously a talking point. It's something that we're isolated a little bit, so obviously our fuel prices are a bit more inflated than the bigger cities. Nothing we can do about that, and it's obviously there's transport costs for our goods to get here, so that probably adds a little bit to the cost of living. But look, these communities rally together. They're strong communities right from Charlton to Nandaley in the north and everywhere in between. They rally together, support one another, and I'm sure if there's somebody doing tough, there's somebody to reach out to and give them a hand. But it's an issue. Obviously, it's an issue every day that it affects many rural communities, including ours. But we'll pull together and we'll work through it.
Alan Getley, the Mayor of Buloke, making some time for us on the Tuesday edition of the Country Viewpoint. The interview hour's on the way soon, so stay tuned. Back with more right after this.